Is your volume off?
Might be.
No, I don't think it is. It is. Let me just check. That's woke me out.
Yeah, right, so.
Let me just check. That's woke me out.
Yeah, right, so.
Just need to make sure. Hi, Sarah, sweetheart. Oh no, they are seeing one screen. Look,
Yeah.
that's not. That's not. It's not. Good evening, Miss Sarah. How are we?
Are you all hearing an echo or anything like that?
Sarah, can you hear me and can you see me okay? I'm all excited again tonight because there's so much to show you and I don't know whether I'm going to fit it all in one live, but we'll have to wait and see. It's okay, no echo. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Yes, I'm excited. I got something to show you.
Miss your drink. I'll try not to be loud this time.
It was on YouTube, it was on Facebook.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
I can see your pink board, ruler, and box. Oh, can you now? Oh, how mysterious is that now?
Switch screen.
Right, since you're on with me, sir, I need to check something. Jake's got Love Island, so I've turned. Jake, I'm so well, gel. I am following Love Island as we speak, and I absolutely love Mr. Curtis. He's such a gentleman. So I'm well, gel. I'm echoing a bit because I can hear me. I think it's Chris's sound. No, perhaps it's not. Hi, Angie. Right, I need to check something. That's what I was going to do. Oh, it's boiling up. Right, check something. What was I going to check? Check. Good evening, Miss Paisley. How are we this evening? Right, I need to check if you can see the next screen because I'm doing a bit of contrast. It'll all become clear in a second. I can see your comments at the minute, but I need to make sure you can see the computer screen. Let me know if you can A, hear me, and B, whether you can see the computer screen okay. I'm all excited. Hashtag got something to share with you. Hashtag so excited. Oh my words. I'm like, come on. It's blurry for me, but can see the screen and hear you fab. It won't be the screen won't be crystal clear, as in, so to speak, because I'm not close enough to it. However, when I begin the live, it'll be clear. So I'm glad you can see the screen-ish and you can hear me. Thank you both. I can flicker back onto my map now while I'm waiting for everybody to come in. There. Right. I'm making sure as well tonight that the screens are not flickering back and forth. But that's probably as I'm using my phone. Well, I am as well. I'm using 3 devices tonight. So, right. Okay, so I'm guessing you can see my table now. If at any point you can't hear me, see me, you want me to stop for something, you get up to have a cup of tea and you want me to stop, just tell me. Just tell me and I will. So hi Pauline, sweetheart, how are we this evening? I hope all is well. Now oh, wait a sec, because my chat has gone from my thing, so wait a second. I've got loads of things to show you. Oh. And she, hi Pauline, sweetheart. Hello, Mrs. G. Hello, Mrs. Rian. Bear with me because I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm having some technical difficulties, if I can even pronounce that word, but I have got so much to share with you all. First, if you come here. I'm having this so the chat won't come up for me. I've lost everyone. I can see it on the computer screen. Oh, come on. I can see everybody. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend.
Start of a weekend.
Yeah, start of a weekend. Always, you have to bear with me tonight because I've got Chris's phone and I can never work it. Oh, come on, where's the live chat gone? Right. Chris, how'd you get it back up? Because how'd you get it back up? Because I'm having... Oh, there it is. Oh, see? I should have asked him now. Right, okay. I'm all good to go. My word. Right, okay. Hello, everyone. It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh, bless you, Pauline. Thank you for coming in. I promise I will make it up to you with that 10 minute difficulties. I apologize. Right, let me start. Okay, so I've been to the charity shop this week and I got some amazing things. So the first thing I have that me and Rhea were playing about with today, this DVD and CD-ROM is called Crystal's Classics and it's by Crafter's Companion. And if you know me at all, I love it when I buy DVDs like this and I can show you what's on there. And yeah, I love buying DVDs like this. Hi, Donna, sweetheart. How are we this evening? So this one I can say because we've been playing, haven't we, Miss Rian? And we have, these are the images that are on there. So let me bring you down. Like I say, if anything goes blurry or anything goes tonight that you can't hear me or see me, tell me. So these are the type of images that are on that DVD. There's loads of things that I still haven't investigated, but I wanted something to show you. There's bows on there, which I've made those bows up because Ryan showed me how to make them up today. There's these images. Some of them are more gypsy. Some of them are just like not like vintage images. So there's them on there. And then there's these bows. These are the bows I made up. Well, Miss Ria made that one up because she's just a clever sod. And I made these. I'm going to show you how I made this one up tonight. And I'm going to, this is another one. Hi, Lynn, sweetheart. I can see you coming. Woohoo. So those, and I've got some images, some more images for the next to me as well. So I'm making tonight some paper crafting we're doing. I'm making things that you can put inside a journal. So this is going to be more gypsy themed. And if any notifications pop up on my computer, I'll get rid of them. So, hi, Janet. So that's what's on this CD. I am going to show you those just in case you don't believe me. I am going to show you. There's more like gypsy images. There's also images that you can print out on fabric. There's papers. There's loads I still haven't investigated, but that's what on the this is what about us on this CD. Right. Let me move everything to one side. The next CD. Now I didn't spot this at all. It was Chris who spotted this in the charity shop. This is the pink box that the lovely Sarah was seeing right at the very beginning. This is an 8-disc. I have no idea what's on the discs. I haven't opened them up, so I don't know. We're going to investigate together. This 8-disc card making, and I had it for $5.99. I have no idea what the heck's on here. So some of them are by Joanna Sheens, I think that's how you pronounce it. Most of them are. So I've got winter, autumn, summer, spring, and Nita's art stamps, Joanna Sheen's Pretty Paper Craft Volume 1, 2, and 3. So those are the DVDs. So we are investigating some of the DVDs. We're not going to go through them all tonight because I don't want to bore you off to death. But I thought, let's investigate together. So it doesn't tell me because I've been like, oh, it really itching to find out what's on the back of each one. So you're going to get to pick what we pick tonight. And whatever you pick is the theme that we go for. So hoping you'll say Gypsy. Please say Gypsy. I know you all say Gypsy. Please say Gypsy, please. And because I want to do Gypsy, but I don't mind either way. I don't mind. I want to do some flowers as well, because I do. There's something else Chris bought me. Please say Gypsy. They're really good. Ivy Foo, and you got a bargain. Oh, thank you, Lynn, sweetheart. Oh, I'm excited. Right, so there's winter, autumn. There is spring, which I see a flower there. There is, oh no, that's summer, sorry. This is spring. I see flowers there. This is Pretty Paper Craft Volume 1, Pretty Paper Craft Volume 2, Pretty Paper Craft Volume 3, and of course, art stamps. So what I'm going to do to break this down a little bit, I'm going to put them 4 in group 2 and them 4 in group 1. So what we're going to do is, to start this off, this isn't the only thing I got. I will show you the other things. Okay, let's be being at the gin again. I know, really. Go on, Gypsy, and please say, oh, see, you were all reading my mind. Do you know what? If you hadn't said Gypsy, I'd have still done Gypsy. Right, so I'm gonna break this up into 2 piles. The first pile is, and we're gonna pick 1 CD from each pile to investigate on, right? So in this first pile we have winter, summer, autumn, spring. So I'm gonna, so for those that because at the time you type winter or type spring, it might take a little bit too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go A, B, C, or D. So all you've got to type in to the keyboard, A, B, C, or D, and we'll go from there. Good evening, Shad, sweetheart. Yes, I've also have a set of these, but not used them for years. Oh, wow, Pauline. Oh, I'm all excited now. I'm all excited. So, which one would we like to investigate first? A, B, C, or D? Just type it in the chat and we'll go from there. Lynn is saying C, autumn. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm all excited. Janet is saying C. Sarah's saying B. And I'll get 2 more votes. And then C. Oh, wow. 3 for C. Anyone else? What we bring for? What we bring for, hun? What do we bring? Do you mean what are these, Shaz? No? I didn't understand what you mean. What do we bring for then, hun? A. I think everybody's gone with C. But because I haven't done the other CDs doesn't mean that I'm not going to do them next week, because I will do them next week. So whatever we don't do tonight, I will do in the following weeks coming up. What are we voting for? Okay, so I bought these DVD CD-ROMs from the charity shop, and there are 8 programs on 8 different discs, and I had them for $5.99. And because there's 8, I've split them into 2 sections. I don't know what's on these CDs. I have not got a clue, not a foggiest. So you're voting on what CD to investigate first. So how I worked it is A, B, C, or D. Now, we've had 1, 2, 3 for C, but I will wait on your vote, Chaz, to see what we've got. And then once we've investigated one of these, we'll investigate one of this pile as well. I think everybody's saying C, though. We've got 3 votes for C. Oh, I can't see C. So I think I'm going to go with C, and then we'll go from there. Oh, Shaz said D. I like it, Shaz. I like it. But we did have 3 votes for C, so we'll go for C. So I'm going to put these back in the box. But, however, I will do them in the next few weeks. So don't think that I'm not going to do them, because I will. And Donna said C. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Right, so I'm going to put them down beside me. And then, so that's the first disc we're going to do. And then the second disc we're going to investigate. Like I say, I haven't got a clue what is on these. Let me go. Volume 1, Volume 2, 3, or 4. So, again, I don't know what's on them. Haven't got a clue. So, again, it's your vote. So, A, B, C, or D. Controversial. I know. You've got to be different, Shaz. I like it, though. I'd be different if I was voting. So, this is the second disc that we're gonna investigate together. Sarah says D. That is the art stamps. It's got flowers on and butterflies on, I can see. That one's got more corsets on and dresses. I have no idea what these are, though. Oh, everybody's saying D, 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 Clat. Right, okay, we'll do D. So we have autumn and we got art stamps. We're investigating. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what to do first. Shall I do this first? Do you want me to do this first, or shall I tell you what else I got from the charity shop? Do you want me to do straight jump into this, or would you like to see what else I've got in the charity shop this week? Because I thought I wanted to show you all, because you all keep asking me where my inspiration comes from, how I come up with things, and I thought, I got to show you these things. So would you like me to jump straight into the CDs? Or would you like to see what I got? Oh, hiya, Gypsy Tarts. Lynn says, let's see what you got. Deb says, haul. Or what else did I pick up? Ooh, I like it. I like it. Right, you have to bear with me. Oh. Okay. Wow. Right, okay, so a couple of things I picked up is, oh, and I did pick up this as well. Okay, so as some of you may know, hiya Sue, sweetheart. Show us what you got. I will, Shaz, I will, since you all asked. As you all know, I've been making little things for journals, been doing journal pages. I'm working on a Gypsy page, and I have been showing you my pages, but as it's for Lynn, and I did ask her whether she wanted a sneak peek the other day, and she said, no, I'll keep it as a surprise, but I won't show you what I've made. However, I was in the charity shop and I was looking for some inspiration. I was like, what do I pick up and what can help me with these themes? So the first thing I saw was this. And some of you may know that one of the pages was woodland. So I've done the paper side of it, but haven't done the fabric side of it. And I just wanted something that I could cut up, maybe turned into fabric. So I picked up this. Now this is Glorious Gardens, and I loved this book because its original price in the US actually was $30. And our price, I had it for £2, but that's not our price would be. I think our price would be 25, maybe 20, I think. So don't count me in it. So this is where I get all my ideas from. So first of all, I look at the contents that's in the book, and you're like, oh, not really? Yeah, I do, because the contents tells you what each chapter of the book is all about, and that's what sort of inspires me when I'm crafting. Like, for example, the first thing I saw was the rose garden, and I was thinking, oh, that's a really good journal. Can you imagine a rose garden journal and all roses, and oh, that would be awesome. And then as I sort of came down, I saw the cottage garden. I was like, oh, that would be my ideal home, having a cottage in a big garden away from a city, maybe near the sea. So that's the first where my inspiration first comes from, is to look at the contents. So I sort of get an idea where I want my pages or my ephemera to go. It's a bit crazy, but that's how I do it. Rhian, we are going. Don't you worry. I'll take you all with me. I don't know how I find these things, but I do. So then I go into delving into the book. And then I start to begin. Now I've looked at the contents, I start to begin to looking at the pages. What's in the book? What kind of pages have I got? Oh, I can really see that in a journal. Oh, these leaves, because I've been pressing leaves, which I'm going to do a little bit on tonight. I really like the idea of using these images in a journal. Like these, even though they're big pages, you can make big things out of them. You can make books. You can make folders out of them. You can make anything you want out of them, really, because they're big pages. They're going to cover sort of a big space. So even though we've got the writing at the bottom, which I have a little tip for in a second, I'll show you the tip actually, because I picked it up from Pinterest and I was like, yeah, right, does that work? But it does. So I'm going to show you now what I mean by that works. But I wanted you to see, like, for this page, it reminded me of Claude Monet's garden. I've never been, always wanted to go, and I've got the books, but that's what it reminded me of. So as you can see, it's like you've got like the winter, because gardens aren't always like spring and summer, you do get winter here in the UK. So it gives me the all 4 seasons of the book. So that is what I took from the book. And I like the little benches. And even in that one, there's a little parrot. It's a wicked book. Definitely, Sarah. I completely agree with you. And it's things that I can, I'm not going to use all this. So it's things I can put in like giveaways or things I can just share with people if I'm making them ephemera or like little bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? So I liked the idea of picking this book up. But I'm going to make something with this book while I got it out. I just want to show you more of the pictures. So as you can see, there's a vast variety. And like I say, don't let the big pictures put you off, because yeah, they're big pictures, but really not. So my little tip that I picked up from Pinterest, because he's my best friend these days, is you've got some, I'm going to make some of my own tacky tape. You need your running tabs with shopping requirements. Oh, if anybody can shop with me, you know you do. I'll give it a week when we're in for the shops to get more stock. I must go more often and search for books. That's if Claire hasn't cleared the local stores. Well, they did say they haven't got any of these books. No, I'm messing. I'm only messing. Right. So to make my own tacky tape, I picked this little tip off Pinterest. I wish I could say it's my own idea, but it is not. So basically, you can take a book, you can take old pages. By that I mean like old pages. And what you do, now I don't know whether it would work on this because these are sort of shiny pages, but we'll have a go, is you put the sellotape over the top of the words. You're going to get real... If this comes up, it did come up on this one, but I don't know whether it'll come up on this one because, like I say, they are shiny pages. And you carry on pressing, and then I take the corner and I slowly start to peel it. I don't know whether it would come. No, it hasn't worked. I didn't think it would because it's... Oh, it kind of... It's kind of worked. It's like a real fit. If I was to put that on black card, you would see it. Actually, let me see if I brought some. Let's try a mini envelope instead. No, you can't see it. Right, let me try on this. I know it works on it. It's because these pages are shiny. So you press down on it as much as little as you want. Leave yourself a tab though, that's the only thing. You need to start pulling it back. And then once you've got it, start to pull it. And we have our own tacky tape. Oh! Oh yeah, I know I should use my bone folder. That's a good theory. And I wonder whether it would work on a bone folder. But these shiny pages, so it might not work. I'll have a go now in a minute. But you make your own tacky tape. You make your own tacky tape. I didn't come up with that one, I promise. I didn't. But I know it works on you. Let me see if I give it one more shot on these words. Right, where's my bone folder? How many times have you put sellotape down on a piece of tissue and you've gone, oh no, don't stick there, don't stick there? I have many a times. Right, let me try this now. No. It's because the pages are shiny. It has come up the real faded. It's because the pages are shiny. Hi, Lorna, sweetheart. But yes, that's my first page. I had that for £2. Right, let me get my over here so I can start putting these books down. Right, the other thing I found while I was looking in the books, I want that's a fab idea. Isn't that a good idea? I loved that idea, and I was like, yeah, right. Does that work? But it does. It gives you a real good effect. And the thing is, I've never thought of that. And every time I've put sellotape down on a piece of tissue, and I've gone, oh, please just don't stick there, please. And you pull it back a little bit, and it's ripped all the paper together. And when you're wrapping something up, but never once did I think to stick it on pages for it to come out. So the next thing I have to show you, as you all know, I love vintage. I love vintage as a theme. It's my go-to theme. I absolutely love vintage. I love the idea of corsets and what they used to wear. So the minute I saw this book, I was like, oh, I can feel some vintage pieces coming on. So this is a history of fashion. So basically, again, when I flicked through, it gave me the contents. Now in this one, it didn't give me so much inspiration because the contents was a little bit different. Like, for example, it says the age of elegance. Maybe I could use that as a theme. But the other one was the ancient and medieval worlds. Totally not my theme at all. But like I say, look at the contents in books because that's where it starts for me for inspiration. I've done that before by accident and thrown it in the bin. I do it all the time. I always get so nervous when I post journals. I've been in a panic sick for 2 minutes. Oh, bless. Oh, Lorna, I'm going to have a look at your new journals. I'm going to have a look at them because you make beautiful things. Right. So, images again for this one. And for the maybe not the pictures, but the words at the beginning of the book, I would use it for. Like her, I definitely use. And don't forget, you can always transfer these onto fabric. They don't have to remain on and in the book and on paper. They can be on fabric. So it just shows you, this book just shows you what they used to wear and what, like, how they used to wear it. Like, these really interest me, like the queens and stuff. I can't throw anything away. No, neither can I at all, Sarah, at all. So let me show you something else. Now this would be right up my street. The fact that they've got the corset and how they used to sort of tie it behind them to make their dress poof out. I don't know whether I'd be good back in that age though. Drive me nuts. But you can sort of see how time, and I always say time is like a complete circle, always comes back around. Maybe that's true. Sometimes it is, because things that they didn't back in the 70s, 80s are now just coming back into fashion. So it does come back around. The bonnets and what they used to wear. Even the what they call them, the brooches, really got me on this book. Absolutely. I love the men hats and the ties, and again how they used to wear them. And I love these. These were, like, for me, they were Victorian dresses. Now I can't remember what that is called. I can't remember what that's called. That you put your, I can't remember. If anybody remembers, tell me. It's where they used to put their hands and sort of their arms in, and on a cold winter's night, sometimes in spring, they used to keep their hands and arms warm. A muff, that's right. Thank you, Lorna, sweetheart. Hiya, Dorinda, sweetheart. Thank you, Rian. A map. Yes. See, things like that inspire me. So you can see how I was attracted by this book. It's totally fashion. And again, in this one, when I was flicking through, I was seeing adverts. So it was all about, for me, the pictures and the advertisements. And like I say, where I can't use the pictures, I'll use the words for something. The parasols, what else? And right at the back, again, corset. I loved that advert. I thought that was like, wow. And what I'll end up doing with this book is I will cut out the images that I want to keep. I'll put them in an envelope or in one of these containers. I'll show you the type of container I'll put it in. So this is, I've got several of these. One's got paper in, one's got vintage things in. They all do different things, but that is where I'll put the images that I want to use and keep, or images I want to transfer to paper, to fabric will be in one, and images I don't mind cutting up and losing, I'll put in another. But yeah, you can sort of see how time has sort of gone, and the dresses, and like I say, the corsets. And I love this picture, and her dress reminded me of the 1940s and the 50s. Can't see them making a comeback. Who needs it? No, well, I definitely hope they don't do that, because I won't be wearing one of them. Right, the other thing that got me out as well in this book, and see if I can find her, which I probably will in a second, because you've got the old movie actors in here, is, where is she? Diana's in here, Princess Diana. There she is. Now, I often look at her fashion and what she used to wear. That really inspires me when I'm doing vintage and back in them types of days. So that is my other book I picked up. Now, I'll come back onto these books in a second. This one was more for my maps and stuff, because I haven't got any maps, or I often see ephemera that's made out of maps or images of things like that. I haven't got any of that. I think I've got about 2 pieces of maps, and they're about yay big. So what I did was, they had different books of different places all over the world. Now, me and Chris have actually been to Tenerife. We went to Tenerife for our honeymoon, and I just thought, if any book I'm going to pick up and use, it'll be Tenerife. So that's what I did. Now, I like this one because it gave you the maps to everything. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're in the charity shop, even though I'm not going to be doing a journal specifically on Tenerife, I will use the maps and the buildings and the flowers. I'll use them. I just like the buildings and the sea. I remember the sea being that clear, actually. See, these I could use in woodland, so they don't necessarily have to be traveller map. They could be used for woodland. And there's something else in this book I wanted to look at. The boats. Again, not necessarily for maps. It can be for all over, but it's totally up to you. Los Cristianos, that's where me and Chris went for our honeymoon. That's exactly where we went. I definitely don't need one. Beautiful pics, definitely, Dorinda. They're gorgeous pictures, and even though they're on laminated pages, I don't necessarily mind that. See, these could be used again, depending on what I wanted to use them for. That would be more travel, maybe, if for journals. This may be for more woodland. Just, it all depends. And then on the back, I've got that as well then. So that's my other book. Now, this one was £2. And then I picked up these. Now these books, some were £2 and one of them was £1.50. This one, the reason I picked this one up is because of the cover. This one hasn't got any images in, it's all writing, but these are really old books. I mean old. This is The Rough Magic by Mary Stewart. It is an old book. Hi River, sweetheart. So this was, I didn't even think, it says, now this is the type of one that I could use to make my tacky tape. So if I was to open it up, right, where's my phone? Hold on. Definitely reusable, yeah, most definitely. And I rub that. If that off, I've now got one piece. And then perhaps I would do it to the next page. This is what these books are really good for, because more of the words than it, no wait, that hasn't done anything. And like I say, this isn't my idea, this is Pinterest. And then and say I've got, now that's taking a little bit of the page with it. So all I do is just cut away the paper. And then I've got my own tacky tape. Cool, isn't it? So that's what I would use these type of pages for. And then I'd get them out, literally get them out by cutting the pages out. Probably here. And if I go right to the back, here. Take the pages out, use the pages for different things. I am going to be using some of them tonight. And then I've got the cover then, if because I'm going to try and make some hardback journal covers. I tend to make fabric ones, but I really want to have a go at making a hardback one. So yeah, I do flowers pictures like that, but I soak them in water and then peel the paper. Neat. I'll try that with, all right, okay. I do flowers like that. Oh wow, that's a really good idea. Do you cut the flowers out then, or do you, I wonder how you do the flowers. I'll try that. Yeah, so that's what they be. I wonder how you do the flowers. You got me thinking now. So I picked up this book. This was £1.50. Again, I do the same thing. There's no pictures in them. There's just words. Some have got pictures in, but nothing like I would stop and miss if I was to page it. They have got like fishing pictures in. Maybe so I would use them. But again, I definitely make my own tacky tape. And cut it off. So there was another one, and then this one was £1.50, and this is a real thin one, which I thought would be perfect to start a hardback cover with. So you would get it here, which let's do it together. So you have to be careful that you don't get through the spine, because I want to keep the spine. So there's that one side. Then you would open this out completely and do the same to the back. See? And then I've got all that, and then a hardback cover, and it's in quite good condition. If I didn't want to touch the front, I definitely keep the spine as it is, but then I've got, that would probably do one maybe one signature. That would be a quite nice cover to keep because it's not that big. It is 2, 4, 6. It's about 7.5 inches, so it's not that big, but big enough to do a journal with. So I'm going to keep them out because we'll need them in a second. So that is what I bought from the charity shop. Oh, and I bought this as well as. This was a tablecloth. There was meters and meters and meters of it, and I had this for £1.50. But I loved the lace on it. Absolutely loved the lace. So I picked that up, and that was £1.50. So that is what I bought from the charity shop. So you've all seen what I bought. Got them at Haber's store. I bought cyclopedias for 50 cents each. Oh wow, River. Yes, lovely vintage cover. Yeah, the covers are in nice condition too. Yeah, they are during Dutch, definitely. Right, let's have a look at these CDs, and then we're going to make some ephemera things. So bear with me while I plug everything back up because I've been yakking and everything's gone on to save it mode. So yeah, that's what I bought from the charity shop. So what CD did you want to? We'll start with autism. No, we'll start with autumn. Oh, what am I like? Right. First of all, skin open. Right, you're gonna see my computer screen in a second. You should be able to see it. Come on. Oh God, Chris. The picture's gone. Oh wait. There we are. Back. We have one in my town. I always forget to check. Oh wow. Right. I'm gonna keep it on there, and I'm gonna put the autumn CD in. So I know you can barely see it, I would say, a little bit. Let me move you up. There. Right, let's put this autumn, Joanna's Sheen autumn CD-ROM, yes, CD-ROM. Okay. No idea what's on there, so it's all good fun. Let's have a look what's on here. I'm so excited. Oh, please. Moderations with the default payments. Chris. Oh my word. Chris, what one am I choosing? Recommended settings or custom settings? What one am I choosing? Recommended or custom?
For what now?
The CD-ROM. What am I choosing?
Recommended.
Come up. Please come up. Please, please, please. Oh. Did it come up? No.
Yeah, it does. It's just slowly.
Oh, it's doing a copyright notice. Oh, come on. Is it actual DVD or is it a CD-ROM? Does anyone know? Have you broken it? Oh, wow. Oh. It's me being nosy. How am I supposed to... Is it a CD-ROM? No, it's got to be a CD-ROM because you pick papers out of it. Oh, right. Play program. No, I don't want to do that. More.
Most of the products used in this DVD are available on the Joanna Sheen website. Papers, flowers, rubber stamps,
Yeah,
embellishments, and lots more.
How on earth do you get to the... Does anybody know? What are we doing, Claire? Well, we're investigating these CDs, if I can. But I don't know what I'm doing. I know Lynn and... Oh, who else said they had this CD? This one doesn't work. I'll put in one that does. Isn't that the way River Hours went weird? I don't know how to get to picking what I want from it.
Might have to explore the DVD. I can't have a look.
This doesn't make sense. Main menu. That's main menu. Doesn't make sense. I think I'm going to knock the other CD in. There's my other CD in. I'm unsure. Demonstrate the easy way. I don't know whether... Is it a program to watch? I don't know. If it is, I can't play it because it'd be copyrighted if I do. It should be a CD that you pick papers from. Right. I give up on that one. Because Chris isn't coming quick enough and I don't want to keep everybody waiting. I'm going to explore it. But I'm going to put the other one in. I'm going to put this one in. Crystal Classics. Because I know this one you get to pick from. And we'll pick what we want from there. Is it a DVD? I have no idea. If it is, I don't know. I honestly haven't got a clue. I bought them from the charity shop. But if it is a DVD, I can't play it because of copyright. If it's a CD like this one is, then I can put it on and then show you bits and pieces and print some bits and pieces out. I don't know. I have no idea. It's a CD to watch, Pauline said. Right, okay. Now I know. In that case, then I'll put this one on. Sorry, guys. Right, this one is called Classic Crystal. No, Crystals Classics. This one's called. That's what it is. And this one's by Christine Hayworth or Harworth, and it's by Crafters Companion. So this one I know you get to pick things from. So we've got design sets, DC color, coordinating papers, CB colorizer, alphabets, A4 decoupage, card companions, designer inserts, embellishments. Would you all, I'll give you two choices. So the choices are designer inserts or card companions. So card companions or designer inserts. So card companions would be choice A. Designer inserts would be choice B. And you will see it more clearer when I click them on. They won't be so blurred and you won't be so away from the screen. Can anybody see? Please tell me you can see it. Oh, Chris's phone's just stopped. A. Everybody's. Shaza said A. So that would be card companions. What is everybody else doing? I'm just going to go off 2. So card companions is A. Designer inserts is B. And we'll print some stuff off because I know also, like I say, there's images like this on you. Oh, wait. Can't see it. Why can't you see it? There, if I tilt it. There's images like them, and there's images like them. A. Right. So let's go card companions. And then I'm going to make some of them for what we print out. Come on, DVD. Come on, DVD. Right. I'm just going to click on a random one. Let's click on this one. So this blast. This one gives you a choice basically. So you get, let me go back. You get, God, tell them you get 12 choices to choose from, and each choice is a different picture. So for example, I know you probably can't see this. That would be, oh yeah, you can. That would be designer 1. And that's with like the horse, the gypsy rose, and you've got all these in pinks. I quite like. So you get that. On the side then you've got paper size. So the paper size is 3 different sizes. You get A4, mid-size, or A5. Now, if you watch this side of the screen, so at the moment we're on A4. Mid-size is that. See how it's gone smaller? And then A5 would be smaller again. So you can choose what type of size you want. Now, mid-size is these. And you get, when I did it earlier, you get 8 of these. So that's what mid-size, that's what a picture would come out mid-size. And that's quite pretty. So that's design 1. Let me click on design. I'll do 4 designs and you get to choose which one we work with tonight. Design 1, we're on design 4 next. So 4 are like greens, and with these as well, the words are someone special or best, which is once I print them off, obviously you'll be able to see them a lot more. So you get the different sizes on the side. And underneath that, it also asks you the number of copies you want. So say, for example, you wanted 1 or maybe 2 copies. That's where you can do. Underneath that, again, it says reposition or size. So I'm guessing if you was to click that, you can reposition or make the resize it. I don't know. Like I say, these CDs are quite new to me. So that's design 4, and that's in like greens, and she's also got poppies in the background. So that's design 4, choice B. Let's go design 9 is the 2 gypsy girls, and I do apologize for the fact you guys can't see. I'm going to go drag you a bit closer, I think. There we are. That's better. I'm holding it now. So if it goes shaky, this is me. So this is design, I can't remember which one we're on now. So as you can see, it says someone special or best wishes. I think this is design 9. That was design 9. Design 1 is this one. That was design 1. And that's got, like I say, that's got the daisies, someone special, and best wishes. Design 4, which is the one I clicked on saying about how it's green and poppified. That's design 4. So design 1, this is design 4. Design 1 is the daisies. Design 4 is the poppies. Design 9 is with the 2 gypsy ladies. And then if we go, let's go design 11. This is choice D. Again, she is, I don't know, gypsy, maybe vintage. This time is in greens and purples. So what design would you like? This one is 11. So you got 1, 4, 9 or 11. This one is 11. I'll click on 9 for you to see 9 again. That's 9. And design 4 is this one. And design 1 is this one. So what choice would you like? Love these kinds of design cards. Me too, Sarah. Me too. Rian says design 1. If I rest it there. Okay. Design 1, Rian says. Shaz says design 1. Anyone else? This is design 1. 1. Right, okay. So we're going to print 1 off. So, again, print size on the side. We're going to go mid-size because mid-size gives us a nice, it'll give us a nice picture, but it won't be so big that we can't use it. And we literally just click print. And then obviously my printing options come up. I'll click print and it'll go over to the printer. So we're going to go back. That is our design. Go home. So these are the choices. Now you can clearly see them. Now I'm a bit closer. So we were on card companions. So we'll pick one from this side now. So if there's anyone you can see on this side, let me know in the chat because I can also see the chat as well. And what we'll do is we'll pick one from each side. So now we've done that side, concentrate on this side of it. Angie said design 1. Woohoo! Is there can you all see that? Or do you need me to go closer? I'm hoping you guys get to see it a bit more. So you've got, I'll call them out. So there's fabric companions, frame cards, prints, sentiments, shaped cards, tags, topper companions, toppers, and verse writer at the bottom. Now, when me and Rian were playing about earlier, we did toppers. We did toppers earlier. That was quite pretty. So I'll give, I don't think you all can see it. I'll give you 3 options. Which ones? So let's go toppers as 1. Tags as 2. And fabric companions, which is right at the top, 3. Toppers as 1, topper companions as 2, and fabric companions as 3. Which one would you like? Fabric companions was nice. It was. Which one would you like? Toppers 1, topper companions 2, or fabric companions, which is 3. Let me know. Hi, Penny, sweetheart. What one would you like me to print? And then after this, then I'll flick back over to the main camera where we will we'll start creating. 3, Angie says 3, Pauline says 1. We've got Rian says 2, Shad says 1. That was the toppers. Anybody more? So toppers 1, topper companions 2. And fabric companions is 3. So we've got 2 for 2 and 1 for 1. I need one more vote. And then I'll flick it back. What one would you like? So the ones that we've got split choice on at the minute is toppers and toppers companion. Donna. So let's pick toppers. And this is what it brings up on the topper side. Oh, please work. I can hear it. Right. Okay. So again, it's got 12 options, 12 really different, like you can see the minimum pages. So what I'm going to do now is going to click on one. This is design 5. And this one, and I didn't see this earlier, this has got the Gypsy wagon. This has got the Gypsy girl. I think, I don't know, see, some of these would be between vintage and Gypsy, but for me, that wagon down there would be my vote. But don't go on what I'm saying, you go on what you'd like. This one I've picked is design 6. So that's design 6. So that's option 1. Design 6 is option 1. Design 10 would be option 2. See, that's more Latin up the top for me. So this is option number 2. There's 6 Gypsy wagon. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. They are indeed. I didn't see the Gypsy wagon earlier. So this is option 2, which is at the bottom. Which is, it says hen, right? And then option 3, because I know I'm not going to remember all these if I do it, is design 1. So this option gives me the horse. See, I don't know. It's between, what do you guys think? I think it's between like vintage and Gypsy, these images, and this CD is all about between vintage and Gypsy. It's got to be, because some of the images are Gypsified. So this is option 3. Where can you get these, Penny? I'll give you what it's called, and I'm sure if you look into eBay, you'll be able to get it from there. I got it from my local craft shop, not craft shop, charity shop. But I'm sure you'd be able to find it on eBay. I'm sure you would. So this is option 3. So we have option 1, which was the Gypsy wagon. Oh gosh, no. Let me go back. Here's that. Where's option 1? Oh, I'm spoiled for choice. Where's option 1? Was it this one? No, wasn't that one. Oh, I don't know. It's more down. I gotta flick through them now because I don't know where the Gypsy wagon's gone. Oh, Claire, what have you done? Where's the Gypsy wagon? That was option 2. I can't find the Gypsy wagon. Why can't I find the Gypsy? Can anybody remember what the Gypsy wagons was? Bear with me because I can't remember where it was. It's on here somewhere. There, option 5. Okay, so that's 1, 2 with a horse. 5, 1. Oh, no, that one. Yeah, 3. So 1, 2, or 3. This is option 3. The Gypsy wagon is option 1, and then design 1 was option 2. So this is option 3. This is option 1, and this is option 2. What one would you like? Option 1, option 1. Penny, I just found a few on eBay, so check it out. Yeah, it'd definitely be on there, sweetheart. Definitely, for sure. I'm 100% positive it'd be on there. Right, let's print this out and then we can get crafting. I'm going to do a mid-size again because I don't want it too big. And I'm going to click print, and then once I've done this, exit to Windows. Bear with me. There. Okay. And now I can see all the comments. Right. Chris, can you come and fix your doodah?
Fix my doodah.
Yeah, this. I don't know how you work it, do I? Can you pass me the stuff that's printed in there, and, as you pass, please.
Sit until it goes tight. You feel it going tight?
Yeah, that'll do. Right. Okay. So this is what it was called. It was Crystal's Classics by Christine Hampworth, and it's by Crafter's Companion. And I'm sure you can find this on eBay. This is Paper Crafting CD-ROM Collection, Volume 2. So there must be a Volume 1 and 3. It must be. Let me type it in. I think Rian's got it, but let me type it in before I begin crafting. RISTALISCLASSICE by Crafter's Companion. There. Right, let's begin to craft. So, this is what they come out as. So this is option printed midway. This isn't A4, this is option printed midway. And then that was the first one that we printed. So, a few things that I want to do. First of all, first thing is I'm gonna show you how to make a file folder with a bit of a twist. So we've got the file folder on the side. To say this was in a journal, you would see the folder on the side, but when you open it up, it's actually a book. But I'm not stopping there because I've got these two. Oh, we'll be explained about these in a second. But I'm going to decorate the front and I'm going to decorate the back. Before I do that, I want to show you how this is made for you to have a go and making one yourself. Did I not get any paper for myself? Obviously. Okay, so how you make this little file folder, we'll use them in a second, is I've got in A4, this is just normal printing paper I've tea dyed, that's all it is. So I'm taking my ruler only because it's a real posh for me to get my cutter out, and I'm going to tear one side so I get two pieces of my paper. To make this then, you need to fold it in half first of all. Now it's up to this point where if you want to decorate it, I would do it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the images and I'm going to use the papers and some old book pages and stuff to print mine up. So all I'm going to do is take some book pages. I'm just going to collage them. Now, it's totally up to you at this point where you want to put stuff. You can also, you know how we were making our own what they call it. I can't even think now. My mind's gone blank. I'm going to put this on first of all, I think, and then everything else I can take it from there. Now I'm using glue that I got from the local craft shop, Pound World, and it's called the Ultimate Craft Glue, and it's by Dove Craft. And all I'm going to do, because the sellotape is now obviously on the paper that I put it down, I'm going to potch this down first, like so. And as you can see, the writing really comes out on this. I'll let that sit just for a minute. While that's sitting, I'm going to make the actual folder itself. Like I say, if you want to decorate it, now's the time to do so, because I wouldn't go too close to the edge. We're going to make two incisions. And then after that, we're going to decorate it. So the first one is I'm going to measure each side an inch. I'm just going to tap a little tab on each bottom and top. And I'm going to do the same on this one, bottom and top. Right. Okay. And then I'm going to take my fabrics I've got next to me, and I'm literally just going to mash it up, as it so to speak. Right, so I've got some little fabrics and whatever next to me, and I'm just going to take, because we used cut out a pink image, because that image there is got some pinks in it. I'm going to start off using and I'm going to ruffle this on the doodah on the sewing machine. I was getting there. I've also got some blue now. I don't know whether I want to. Don't go any near your tabs. You can go anywhere else. But at the moment, I'm trying to stay well clear of those tabs. Only because I need to make my incision first to make my file folder. Right, I'm going to cut my image out here. You can see how big it is then. And this one's giving me old-fashioned buttons. Now, do I want, let me see, do I want that one or do I want the other one? Let me see. I'm literally just going to play about with my fabrics until I get them right. Have I got another bee? I have. No. I'm going to pop some there. Where's my glue gone? There it is. But I'm not going to pop it all down. I'm only going to pop some of it down. I'm just going to pick out what I want and what I don't want. Here's my scissors. Okay. Then this side, I'm going to sew this on the machine in a second, so it won't be so loose. I'm just layering my fabrics up to see what I want and what I don't want, what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep, that sort of thing. At the moment, that's all I want to do. That looks lovely. Thank you, Lorna. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Lorna, sweetheart. Now, I keep any fabrics I want to work with. I keep them all in like a little pot. I don't know whether anyone else does that. But any fabrics I'm working with at the time, it could be anything. I always keep in a pot next to me. Let's cut that down. I'll move these fabrics that side because I'm getting in a cluster there. I don't know why. Just done. So 2. And then I'm going to go 3. Let me see what else I've got. Okay. I know my machine won't allow me to go over beads. So I'm just picking out at the minute what I want to keep. No, that's not the right one. I know. Now, on our swap group, we have side swaps. And part of my side swap, I think last month this was given to me. Or the month before. I'd say, sorry. This came from Carol, and she gave me a bag full of like different bits and pieces. And I'm thinking, because I've got blue in here, to use blue. To use the blue in it instead of the red, because of the blue caravan, and not for some reason. Right, I'm going to pop that under there. Oh, pop that under there. And I'm going to pop that. Will it look too much if I pop that there? So, right, anything else I want to sort of cluster on? I have got some diamantes. I might put some of them on right at the end. Yeah. Where's my scissors? There. Hi, Carla. Thank you. Thank you, Lorna, sweetheart. Right, so I'm going to pop that there just to, because I've got some blues going on. I just want to break the colour up a little bit. And then on the bottom here, I'm going to sew all this on now in a second. I'm going to give it 2. I'm going to cut this down even smaller than what it was. There. Right, okay. Now I've got all my fabrics that I want to use on the front. I'll do the back in a second. I'm going to move all this to one side. I'm going to take you over to my machine and we're going to sew on my machine. Like I say, tonight's project is a bit of a mishmash of things. I'm going to make sure that's stayed in one piece. Now, I don't have blue in the machine. I actually have pink at the bottom. Right, is it pink or purple at the bottom and pink up the top? So I'm going to do a straight stitch first and see how we get on. And all I'm doing is I'm sewing everything down. I'm going to come across this way, making sure that I want everything to stay in place. Just going to hold this side down a second. Oh, it would help if it was down. Okay, so I've come to the end. Lift this and turn this. Now I'm going through the sellotape. So that doesn't matter, and I'm not bothered by it going through the other end either. Okay, I'm going to go back in the stitches and cut like I would normally. Now that's staying in, that's not going anywhere. Which means I can add a little bit more if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of green at the bottom, which I have got either that fabric, trying to match the colour in the picture, or this tool. I think this tool is nicer. Yeah. This tool has got like an orange green flare to it. So it's not so harsh when I'm sewing it. I'm just folding it under so it's just not looking flat, if I may. I'm going to pop that over the green, and I'm going to do a crisscross, a zigzag more. Just straight over, all the way, and I'm going to stop. Like I say, don't go over those two lines that we jotted down earlier, because we're going to do something to them. Right, now I've secured my image in, and I've secured those fabrics in. And now I'm going to go all the way around. And then if I need to, right at the end, I will do extra stitches right at the end. I'm doing crisscross all the way. You don't have to, just do straight stitch if you want to, or whatever. I'm going to stop there, that's it, and I'm going to pick it back up. It's purple I got down the bottom. I'm going to pick it back up here. Move this over. Okay, and now I can see where I need to stitch. So I need to stitch here with a straight stitch. Turn it and stitch it. Okay, I'm back and cut. Right, now I've got my front to my little file folder. I'm going to cut that off. And I've used some of that tacky tape we have used. I'm going to move my fabrics sort of over. And I'm going to show you now what I would do next. So I'm going to cut this tacky tape down. And it does give us a really nice effect. And if you want to put a few stitches in, which I think I might, just a few, literally. In the centre, so that it doesn't look so odd, you can do. Okay, there's the back. Leave your little tab there and your tab the other side. What I'm going to do on the back, now this idea, I'm going to show you how to do this. Now I have got another one, but it's under my, I don't know whether I can find it. I have got another one that's plain. Let me see if I can find it first, because this is my idea and I wanted to show you the original idea where it came from. I can't find the plain one of these, but anyway, we're going to do one of these. So they are made from, this is made from, let me move my fabrics. This is made from, as anybody, when you're cutting paper, does anybody have leftover? I always have them, and I'm sure you do too. They are leftover pieces of paper, which I can't find at all. Oh God, my life's going brilliant. Right, let me have a look. Nope, not there, not there. Of course they're not there. Why would they be there? Oh, perhaps they're here. Leftover pieces of paper. So that was more of the images that were on that CD. And that's what I've printed out. Right, let's make some up because I can't find what I've done with my pieces of paper. Can't find what I've done with them. Right, what I mean by, do any of you, and be totally honest with me, has anyone got like pieces of paper like this that you've cut off and you're like, oh, do you know what, I really wish I could do something with them, or I'm keeping that for just for the sake of keeping it. Like, pieces of paper like this would be another example, just random pieces of paper that absolutely do nothing. And you know when somebody sends you, which I have made it into actually, there's that one gone. And when I made the second one, that's what I used. And it's just a shame I can't find it under all this mess. Oh, you bet your bottom dollar I'll come off now. I'll find it straight away. Oh, you are. Right, so the pieces of paper I'm on about are like these. Like, what do you do with these? And we end up keeping them. What for? Do you know what I mean? You don't have, we don't actually, when I know I don't, I say, oh, I'll use them, or I'll use them for something. I will. I'm not throwing them out. And then I end up just keeping them for the sake of keeping them. Well, this little idea, pieces like that, this idea didn't come from me. This idea has actually come from, let me try and get her name right now before I say it. Treasured Books. I want to say Treasured Books. But I could be wrong. I think it's Treasured Books, and I've forgotten to put the link in. I know it's like really what you need to do, but I have forgotten to put the link in the description bar. But I will go back, sweetheart, and put it in. This idea didn't come from me. Don't think it has, because it has not. But she did one where she made a complete row. And that's exactly what I want to do. I won't be able to do it tonight because, of course, I'm making something with you all. But this is just a little snippet of what you can make with those pieces of paper that we keep. Treasured Books is the lovely lady that gave me this idea, and she made like a reel of it. She made a reel of different colours. So she sorted her little snippets into colours. So, for example, now I did mine a little different. I added fabric, but for example, she would add them together, and then she would have like maybe the pinks together, and then she would do one where all tea-dyed bits and pieces were together as well. So this is how you do it. You take your pieces of bits and paper, we'll do one long one, and you cut them in to strips. It doesn't necessarily have to be straight. You cut them into strips long enough for you to do something with. That's the idea. Now, like you say, I'm really sorry that I cannot find the one I originally done. I'm still looking for it, and it's bugging me that I can't find it, but I gotta let it go because I want to show you how to do it. Treasured Books, I will add the link in the description. Once I've finished tonight's live, I will go back and add the link in. So this is how she did it. Now, like I say, she divided hers into colours. Now, I want, since we're doing a bit of a gypsy theme, I'm going to do mine in the blues and the pinks. And I'm also going to put a little tad of brown in. So I'm going to attach the blues and the pinks. You know when somebody sends you really pretty paper packs and you have the decoration on the paper packs? I always do it for things when I'm sending them out. And Carolina did it for me when I had received my swap, where there was a cellophane bag and she did a strip of paper up the top. Well, I always keep the bags, and I always say, oh, well, I'll do something with them. I won't throw them out, and I never throw them out, but what am I keeping them for? Well, this is exactly the perfect project to keep them for. So you bring it on your sewing machine on a straight stitch. Like I say, you want it a bit small. I don't want it that thick, only because it's going on a gypsy folder and I don't want it that thick. So what you do is you start off by sewing a couple of stitches in. Go back to your starting point, lift this. Now, because it's paper, it is a bit forgiving when you fold it, and you're folding it basically in. Now, I don't mind it going off center. It doesn't bother me the slightest, but it might bother you. And then you change your stitch to a zigzag stitch. And then you would fold your next piece in. And pop it down. And then maybe this piece, let me cut that down a little bit more. So I'll keep that because I know I can make a roll. So I'm going to zigzag that in. I'm going to lift this and I'm going to spin it over. Lift and spin. So you're making little ruffles of paper. Now, like I say, Treasured Books is the lady who I saw do this. Just like she said, she's probably not the first to come up with this, and certainly won't be the last. But I didn't come up with this idea, so I would never sit here and say I did. I never sit here and say I did with any of the things I show. I always give credit to other people because I think it's only fair that you do so, since that person's come up with the inspiration for you to have it, to give it a go. So I will go back and add the link, I promise. And you just ruffle, and she did a big reel of it. It almost looked like a snippet roll, but in paper form. Right, and then say you've come to the end. Now I'm going to do that right to the end. Go back and then cut. That's what you're basically left with. But because I went off skew, I'm going to do that again. And because my ruffles are still there, I don't need to potch around with the ruffles this time. The Treasured Book is where I saw this idea from. Okay, so there's our little ruffled edge. Reminds me of Anna Griffin paper folding. Does it now, Penny? So the difference, when I did mine, I did a plain one like the lady on Treasured Book showed me, but I also added fabric to mine. So as I was ruffling the paper round, I added a layer of fabric. So that is the only difference, but you could do it in colours like she did. You could just do it your way and do it the way that you want. And I'm sure if you came up, you did it, you'd have your own way again of doing it, because that's how we learn from each other. You take inspiration from someone else, you put your own spin on it, and then it becomes something that you've developed and grown. And I think that's more, that's important too. So I'm going to add a section of what we've just done, and I'm just going to see, because we've done a zigzag as well, the stitches will stay there. That's why I did it for the back, not the front, Colette. There you are. I'm going to pop mine there. I'm just going to pop a straight stitch on that to sew it in. Okay, so you can decorate these up as much or as little as you want now to get the idea. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take where I folded mine. Now I've gone over the edges, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to fold it back on itself with my ruler. I could use my bone folder. I know Maria's going to say, use your bone folder. I do forget it's there. So you get 3 sort of folds. You get the first fold that you've done, you get your middle fold, and then you get your other fold. So there's, right? The next thing you need to do now is take a pencil. Any pencil will do. And this is where it becomes a little bit tricky, because even I had to, when I was playing about earlier, I had to think, oh, what way do I want it? So while I'm looking on my book, I want the tab to come out that way, I think. So what I'm going to do is go in, and my center is probably about there, I would say my center is. So I'm going to go in 1.5 on each side. Okay, and I'm going to mark the same mark, just a little dash because you don't want anything too big, up here and up there. Find the center again, and all I'm going to do is go in from the little side marks, go in about 1/4 of an inch. You don't want to be going in loads. That's probably about 1/4. And then you mark that 1/4 inch up the middle mark. And you mark that 1/4 inch up with your middle mark. And then you do a straight line from those 2/4 inches through the middle inch, through again. So you're leaving those 2 center marks. So that becomes your bone folder. That becomes your folder. So all we're going to do now is we're going to cut this out, and then I'm going to show you quickly a little something you can put in, because I don't want to bore you half to death tonight. So draw my line there, draw your line there, and here. Okay, don't cut this because this becomes your folder, and that becomes your folder. So it all depends on where you want whether you want in your book, whether you want your folder to be facing that side or whether you want it to be facing that side. I like it always on the left, just the way I like it, but nothing to say that you can't have it on the right. That's how you do them. So, and I want to quickly show you a little something you can put inside it. Give me a quick minute to tidy it up because I need the other little thing I had this week, which I was dead excited by, which is something I want to show you to use these. Now, these I cut out earlier. They are cut out via a die, a flower die. That's all they cut out by. I wish I could say if I was by, I hadn't. Right? Chris, you come and put this machine down on the floor for me, please. Right, so, like I say, give me a minute. I'm going to quickly show you something before I go. The other thing I received this week was a laminator, and this is what I'm going to do. So take them to one side. This is what we're going to put inside it. You take 2 sheets. Now, these are just the dyed piece of paper, the other half of it. You fold it in half, and you put your dye on, and it'll cut through the 2 sides on your big shot. And I've done one for the top, one for the bottom, and it gives me 2. So the other thing I got this week was a laminator. I have been so eager to try my laminator out. So I'm going to try it out with you. I haven't actually opened this. This is the first time I've opened it. I'm super excited. Super excited. I can't wait. Right, I don't want cardboard, thanks. Just give me the laminator. Right, after, oh my word, it's brand new. After Rian, we did a video together. Me and the lovely Miss Rian sat and we did some laminator using dried flowers. But in my video, and I said it to Rian, there are projects that I wanted to try with the laminator. And Chris spoiled me this week, so he got me a laminator, and I was so excited that I got one. Really excited. So I'm going to plug them in. I also bought laminating sheets, of course. I have. Okay, peel this off before we set it on fire. Oh my word, it's brand new! Oh my word, right, okay. Right. Oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Right, let's get my laminating sheets out. This is the last thing I want to show you. Okay, let me move. So you're going to see, tell me if you can see this while that warms up. Okay, so this is our little folder. I'm going to show you something you can put in your folder. So this is that's why I've got these. Okay. Okay, so it's A4 pouches. I'm not using anything less. And in this box as well, I've got dried flowers that I went out and I've dried. Some of them I've got like they just stay together. I've got buttercups in there. There's loads. So I'm going to do some stuff with that, and that's the last thing I'll do before I go. Is I'm going to do two things with you on the laminator. I'm so excited. It's both things involve dried petals. Oh my word. Right. Let's get one of these bad boy sheets out. Okay. Oh my word. Okay, right. Okay. Oh, open it up. I'm so excited. Right, open it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some dried petals, and I'm literally just going to scatter them around. Scatter them around. Now, some of them, wait a minute. Some of them are still on the stalks. I don't know whether you guys can see. I'm hoping you guys can. Let me know if you can't, because I don't want you to just sort of be listening to me rabbit on. See how this one is just a little bit joined? I'll pop that there. And I'm going to have fun. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun. Right. So all I'm doing basically is picking these apart, making sure I've got enough to cover both of my little holes that I've made for myself. The first one. Let me see if I've got a date. Oh, I have. I got that one. Can I use that one? Can I use it? Can I use it? No, I'll use a buttercup. Off I go one. There. Right, so I'm going to move this out my way, and I'm going to put the buttercup just like so. So you can see where I'm going with this. My laminator! You can see where I'm going with this. Right, let me have a look. Lift this up, and I'm going to pop that just there, like so. Right, and then because I've got that for these two projects, I may as well use the A4 up. It'd be wrong of me just to sit here and not use it up. Of course it needs using up. And I do have some bluebells. So if I pop that there. Now, Miss Rian, she did tell me to be careful of the seal, not to go too close. So I do listen when I'm not getting excited. Right. Pop that one there. another one of those, but those, what they called, bluebells. See, and I was going to pick up A5, but I thought, well, what's the point of having A5 when it's not going to really, with an A4 you can easily fill it up. I won't go too close though. With an A4 you can fill it up and then not be so scared. I thought with an A5, although it's good, it's not going to be brilliant for what I want it for. That's what I'm trying to say. So I got A4 because I plan to do a lot more projects with it. So when she finished, I have shut this little seal up. Be careful of your edges because you don't want to get going too close. Make sure everything's complete. Now that's still on red, Rian. Oh, it's getting to green. It's getting to green. I can put it through in a second. So excited. Oh, the little things. Right. So I am waiting for this now to turn green. So what did you all think of tonight's live then? Have you all enjoyed it? I've loved every minute, every second. I've got to use my new laminator. I've got to share the tip of Pinterest. It's all gravy. If this comes undone, I'm not going to be happy. Oh my word. When can I put it through? Come on. Oh, come on. I know Rian said it takes a while to warm up, so I really do hope it doesn't take ages. Because the idea is, while I'm waiting on this, I want to show you something else. Now, this is the other little project I was going to do, but I've run out of time. So when I was messing about earlier, I came across this, and I had cut a section to make, because I needed 2 of these. Cut a section, and it got me thinking. If I got tags, where are they? If I got tags, right, and I used them behind, I'm just going to pick up a few. This is the thought I had. So say I got some tags and I put some at the front. Can you see where I'm going with this? And you put some at the front and maybe you would have there. Then it got me thinking, do you have to set the temperature? I think so, Penny. I don't think I can put it in. Rian, can I put it? I think I do. I think I do. I don't know how long it takes. Let me see. If it takes ages, then I won't do it. Come on. How long does it take? Is operated by a rotary switch. Located at the right-hand side of the appliance, there are 3 positions: cold, off, or hot. Oh, I'm on cold. Oh, I'm such a donut. That's hot. That's the reason it wasn't bringing to temperature, because I had it on cold. God's sake. Ignore that part. That part never happened. Oh my word, give me strength. It'll so warm up now. I was thinking Rian's didn't take that long. Perhaps it's new. Yeah, I had it on a cold temperature. There's me waiting for it to get hot and I had it on cold. Oh my word. Well, there's on this one there's 3 temperatures. Oh my word. I should warm up a lot quicker now. So anyway, let me show you what I thought. Keep an eye on that so it doesn't go green. So my thought was, if there was tags at the front and there was tags in the back, I could use it for two things. I could either put it in a journal and have the tags so you could write on the back, or even if I sewed them in, it would become a little slot. Or I could put it as a Happy Mail and have it so somebody could either use the inside as a slot, or they could use behind the tags as a slot. That's what I was thinking with this, but I don't want to be on all night and bore you all half to death because we're waiting for a cold laminator. God's sake, give me strength. So anyway, it's got 3 settings on this one. It's got a cold, hot, or off, and I'm on hot at the minute. Do not use pouches. Right, let's read some of the instructions. Maybe I should read the instructions first. During the process, the ready light may go out as the heat is absorbed by the laminating pouch. This is normal. There may be a slight smell from the laminated pouch. This is again normal. Do not cut the laminated pouches down to laminate smaller sizes of paper. Smaller sizes of pouches are available. See the back of IM details. Turn the laminator off to O after use and remove the plug from the main socket. Do not use pouches bigger than 250 microns or 2 per side. Come on, it should be this. Yeah, it's getting hot. I can feel it now. It's getting hot. So that is basically my laminator. I was so excited when I received it. And while I'm with you, I got these. Now these are A4 laminator pouches. There's 25 and these are 75 microns, which I don't understand what that is. But basically there's 24 pouches, and I had these in Tesco's, so a supermarket, and they were £2, £2.50, something like that. But I really wanted A4 because, like I say, I wanted to do more with my pressed flowers. And I wanted to do more projects when it came to the laminator. So yeah, it is getting hot. I can feel it. So it should be any minute now. Give it some positive thoughts. It's already going to cold. That's probably what's taking so long. So excited to use the new laminator. I am Miss Rian. I am indeed. Now that's the plain one. That's the one I did earlier. Still can't find the one. I can feel again hot. Perhaps I should have put it on earlier. I didn't want it to get too hot. Does that make sense? Because I know these can get really hot. But I didn't want it to get too hot. Oh, come on, Mr. Laminator Man. Warm up. Move these out the way. Because another thing Mrs. Rian said to me when she was teaching me to use the laminator was not to have things behind it, because that causes your pouch to sort of curl up. So instead of you having a flat pouch, you can have a curved one if you've got things behind it. Can I put it in now? Do you think I can put it in? It's hot. It's just I want to put it in now. I'm getting all excited by it. Bloody cold laminator. Why do they need a cold setting for? God's sakes. Pouch fed in at an angle. No. Pouch fed in straight. Yes. Insert sealed edge first. I'm going to do, if you hurry up, Mr. Laminator, try it. Okay, Mrs. Rian, I'm going to try it. I'm getting a bit deep breaths. Please, 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 please stay, please stay. How are you supposed to angle this in? Oh, it goes quite in. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. I can always put it in twice, can't I, Miss Rian? Oh, it's going. It's going! Ah, I'm getting so excited. Has it come out the other end yet? No, we're not. Oh my word. Oh, it's come out the other end yet. Oh, it's coming. Look, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, 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 oh my word. Oh my word. Look at them. Oh my word. Oh my word. They look awesome. Oh, they look awesome. They look awesome. They look awesome. I'm going to put it in again because there's a little bit of air bubbles, only because they erased a little bit. I won't do that till he spits it back out. Oh my word. It looks awesome. I am absolutely in love. I'm absolutely in love. Oh, that's bringing it out again. Right, let me bring it in. I'm going to take it in one more time. Wow, wow. Oh, come on, Mr. Laminator Man. I want to do my project. Come on, Mr. Laminator Man. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to do my project. Oh, here it comes. Oh my word. They look crystal clear. Oh, I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. I love it. I love it so much. Oh wow, look at the bluebells. Oh my word. I love it so much. Look at those buttercups. Haven't they come out really nice? Lush. Just a lush. I know it won't be long. It doesn't have to take his time, Mr. Laminator Man does. You'd think he'd hurry up a little bit. We're on a live bear. Right, I'm going to knock it off now because I don't need it for anything else. And I'm going to move it. And I'm going to concentrate on what I originally wanted it for. So, to end this live, I need my guillotine, which I have here. And yes, my guillotine is dirty. Right, so I'm going to go up all the way, and I'm not going to go too close. Okay, I'm going to take that one. Let me go across a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so that's the one we're going to use. Don't need that. Okay, that way. That's the big one. So I might need that needs cutting again. That's the smallest one. And then these ones, I'm just going to cut down these a little bit smaller. Not to go too close to it. That gives me the bluebells. This one then gives me the other flowers. So that's the first one. That one, I'm going to cut that at an angle only because where it was, I couldn't cut it straight. So instead, I just cut the angles off. That's the first one. Then I have, oh, let me get all this out of the way first. Then I have these bluebells, the leaves, that long one, which I've got plans for, but I'm not going to do that tonight. But this one, take your pieces of paper, the two that you punched your dies in, and I'm just going to cut this down a little bit more. I'm going to use my scissors just for quickness. I know it's not going to be straight. First, can I have my machine back on the table, please? Right, take this. Now, I put it wherever you want. For me, I'm going to put it there. And I'm just going to pop this on top. And then it should be careful where you put it. Now I'm going to sew this. So I'm going to edge it over on my machine first. And because it's a bit fiddly, because I've got the two, I'm just going to line this up on the side and do a straight stitch. I haven't gone back on my stitches at all. Just doing a straight stitch for now. And across. Now you can use glue. I'm sewing mine together only because I love my sewing. But there's nothing to say that you can't use your glue, because you can. Back down. Let's go back up. And I'm gonna across. So I've sewn that in there. You can stop there if you want, but because I want this one on top, I'm going to sew it up on the side first. Oh no, that's sewn in. I'm going to sew it up on the side, which will be lining my daisies up in a minute. I sort of went wonky, it doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. Let's do some leaves. If you just wanted, my machine wanted me to do some leaves. That's what it was. Oh my word. Right, let me go up a little bit more. I can see the laminate go through my paper. Like I say, you can do flowers, you can do anything you want. And you can ink this up now and then just put it in with your file folder, and you'll cut these down. And cut these. See? Now I've got that now to put in with my file folder. And that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would put in. Maybe you want to make a pocket. Maybe you would want to cut it down. And if you want to cut it down, all you've got to do is really just sew it down. Now that's a little bit too big, but I think I've got room to cut it down. I have. Let me just cut it down a little bit. There. That will fit now perfectly in my file folder So when somebody opens that up, they've got that. And you could make a little pocket to put in there. I don't want to be on here all night and bore you all half to death, because I don't. So, but yeah, that's what I would do. I would put a little pocket maybe on the inside, and then I'd slip that in there, or I would make a little paper clip. You could make little paper clips like these if you wanted to. I think this one, yeah. So I've made this just a mashup of different fabric, and of course it ties in like there. Maybe I've got it the wrong way. Oh, I did it the wrong way. See? You can just tie it in and know that you've got a little file folder. Put in. I have got a better one than that. Let me try this one. I've got a better one. Let me see. They do work. I have done them, so they do work. Come on. Oh, there. There. See? And then you've got that, then you can write on, you can journal in there. And like I say, you can put your paper behind there if you want to. You can do all sorts. I have made these, and these just made out little scraps. So I could add things like that to the edges. That would be a bit too big. That's not to say I couldn't add maybe something there. Do you see what I mean? It's all about mashing things up so you get the best out of it. And you can get the best mishmash then of what you want. But I like this idea, and I would just go back, and I don't know whether to show you how to do this online. Let me quickly do it before I go. And like I say, I don't want to bore you half to death. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew around my flower. So those flanks stay down and they're not going to come out. This is totally up to you whether you want to do this. For me, I would take the time and do it. Maybe ink around your edges. You could add ephemera. We could add those tags that we've cut out. Just you know, you can make these as little or as much as you like to make them up, basically. See? And that would stay there, and that won't come off. Good night, Lynn. Not star. I'm falling asleep. I know everybody's falling asleep, so that's why I'm gonna go, because I don't want to bore everybody. Good night, Lynn. Thank you for popping in, sweetheart. I hope to see you next week. I'm gonna go off now. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'm gonna watch my Love Island, and I do hope that I've given you some inspiration and food for thought about making one of these, and you can add to it. I know I haven't added to it tonight, but that's only because, like I said, I don't want to be on here for hours upon hours. But normally I would add pockets, I would do the inside, maybe I would stamp on the back, that sort of thing. But you know how to make this file folder now. So I'm going to love and leave you, and I'll probably go around that second flower just to make sure it's all secured in. And I don't mind my stitches not being straight, but it's totally up to you. So up to you what you do and how you do it. The CD I've used, I have typed in It's by Crafts Companion, and it's called Crystals Classics. It's by Christine Hansworth. It's an amazing CD. I found it so inspiring so far, and I haven't even got halfway through it. And check your local charity shops, because you can never know what you can pick up. And they are full of inspiration, and they're absolutely beaming with things in there. So yeah, hope to see you next week. Enjoyed the string clip. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise. Oh, River, thank you so much for that sweet comment. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Rian. Thank you, Chaz. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Angie. Good night, Lynn, sweetheart. Good night to you all. No star means good night in Welsh. And I will catch up with you all next week, where I'm back to my sewing. I'm actually doing a sewing project next week. I have that in mind too. So I'm back to my sewing project, and we've got sewing next week. But I wanted to switch it up this week. I wanted to do a bit of mishmash, and I hope I've inspired you. And yeah, let me know if you give any of this a go, and I will catch up with you all next week. Good night, no star. I'll speak to you all then. Live to you all. Bye for now, ladies. Bye.